and from the University of Texas, number 35, Evan.
Here is Durant for the win.
Way outside. Durant makes his move. Oh! Durant fires. Bang!
I know who I am. I'm Kevin Durant.
Busy day in the association. Kevin Durant has been traded to the Houston Rockets for Jalen Green, Dillon Brooks, and the number 10 pick in this week's NBA draft. Also 5 second-round picks, all according to our senior insider, Shams Charania. Now, Durant, he finished last season in Phoenix. He scored 27 points a game. This will be KD's 5th team that he is joining. The man who broke the news is joining us now here on NBA Countdown, Shams Charania. Shams, it feels like we have been hearing about a possible Kevin Durant move for weeks now. How did Phoenix and the Houston Rockets come to this deal?
Malika, Kevin Durant's voice was heard around the league, not only with the Suns, but really everyone. His preferences were prioritized to an extent, and that's what we saw play out over the last 24 hours. His two preferred destinations, the Houston Rockets and the Miami Heat, essentially competing against each other, bidding on making Kevin Durant deals. And the Rockets, at the end of the day, made the best offer with Jalen Green, a prolific scorer, Dillon Brooks, 3-and-D, tough player, but most importantly, the number 10 overall pick. And why is that important? The NBA draft is on Wednesday in New York, and so it was very important for them to get this deal done before that point. But remember back at the NBA trade deadline, Kevin Durant was blindsided when he was included in any conversation around the league. Now he had some level of driver's seat position because he was in the last year of his deal, an expiring contract. But listen, around the league, make no mistake, the Houston Rockets made this trade because they are in win now mode. Mm-hmm. They want to go win a championship. Right. Everyone knows they have a number one literally a number one option on any given night offensively, and that's something that they felt they didn't have last season.
Yeah, I mean, when you think back to the series against the Golden State Warriors, Bob, in this postseason, it felt like they needed a shot, and they couldn't get it at some point down the stretch of those games. And you add a jump shooter like Kevin Durant, who's obviously so much more than that, but he's a bucket getter when you need it most. You know that better than anyone.
Yeah, well, everybody knows that. But look, if you wanted to critique Houston, it was they couldn't score in the half court. They just got one of the best to ever score in the half court in Kevin Durant. And I just saw that's the second shortest odds in the league. Is that what that said? To win the championship? Is that what it said?
We're already
that's
looking
a quick rise off one acquisition.
Yeah, but you know what? Look, I mean, the guy, we know what he does. I think what he also will do for the organization is, which has a lot of youth, when Kevin Durant showed up in Golden State, you don't really know. You know how great he is, but you didn't know what he does behind the scenes. His work ethic, his preparation, and that's what I was talking about, those second shortest odds. Unbelievable. Now the Rockets just sped up their timeline, right? They just went from a team that was up and coming and young to now they got expectations on him to not lose in the second round, to go to the Western Conference Finals. And Kevin Durant has shown he still has a lot of good basketball in him, and he had a tremendously efficient year, too. He was unbelievable.
I'm very disappointed in the word good that you just used. No, it's great. Okay. It's Kevin Durant. It's great, okay? I mean,
I'm just
saying. I mean, the man is 27 points per game. You see what he brings to the table. He's instant offense for a team that was lacking and struggling in offense. He provides that. He elevates them to championship status. They got a shot to win it all with him, Van Vliet. Amin Thompson's going to be a star. He's going to elevate his level of play with Kevin Durant as his teammate. Şengün is no joke. Plus, you kept Jabari Smith and a few other pieces. So, Tillman Fertitta is ecstatic. Ime Udoka is ecstatic. You can guess how I know those things. I'm trying to tell you, they love it. They are incredibly happy about it. That's the one point. The other point is this. You're the Miami Heat and you're bidding. You've got Bam Adebayo and Tyler Hero. How do you not give up Jaime Jaquez and Highsmith and these guys for Kevin Durant?
Those guys wanted Kevin Durant.
Yes, they did. I know they wanted him, but I'm saying you got to give up some of those pieces because of Tyler Hero and Bam Adebayo. If you had Kevin Durant with them, think about how your chances are in Miami and the East to come.
Now, this may sound country and foreign to y'all, but this is the H-Town flavor, right? Hey, man, say, man. Kevin Durant is on the way to H-Town, man. We talking about Bun B firing up, getting the Trill Burgers ready.
Right.
Little Kiki, Paul Wall, Slim Thug,
That's right.
pulling out the slab with the Super Poker rims, popping the trunk with the KD lights. See, it's foreign to you, but H-Town know what I'm talking about. You know why?
That's where you live. You better know it. Represent.
You're welcoming Kevin Durant, and now you're legit title contenders. Legit title contenders. Yes, they struggled in the half-court set. They also struggled with three-point shooting.
Right.
Now you got KD. Eamon Thompson is still there. Tari Eason. The reason I bring up those two guys is because they bring what you need in today's game, what we're witnessing right now in the NBA Finals, and that's elite perimeter defense.
Shams, on the Phoenix side of this, they're thinking obviously replenish some of those picks, and they didn't want to go into total rebuild mode.
Yeah, they want to stay competitive in Phoenix 100%, but Jalen Green, Devin Booker, they're one of 3 backcourts now that average 20 points per game or more. So that's a high-powered offensive backcourt. And then Dylan Brooks, 3-and-D. Their owner, Matt Ishbia, has made it clear. We want a culture of toughness, grit, and defense on both sides. Dylan Brooks has that and much more.
Well, it was a busy day.
So let's do it.
Yeah.
How about an NBA blockbuster today? NBA insider Shams Charania reporting that the Suns are trading 15-time All-Star Kevin Durant to the Rockets for Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, and the number 10 pick in this year's draft on Wednesday, and 5 second-round picks. And for much more on this monster trade, the guy who broke the story, Shams Charania, joining us now live from OKC. So we've heard a couple of the teams that were in the KD sweepstakes. Why did the Suns go with the Rockets offer?
Kevin, over the last 24 hours, Miami and Houston were competing against each other to see who would have the best package for Kevin Durant at the end of the day. And what that showed is that at the trade deadline, Kevin Durant was blindsided when he was included in any type of trade talk. But now he was in the driver's seat. He had a voice in this. Him and his business manager and partner, Rich Kleiman, worked with the Suns on his potential destinations. And the Heat made offers, but they never included a full package that had Nikola Jovic, Haywood Highsmith, Jaime Jaquez, and the draft assets necessary, and they wouldn't put Khalil Ware in. And so from the Rockets' perspective, they gave up a 23-year-old prolific scoring guard, as well as a 3-and-D player that fit the Suns' grit and toughness that they want moving forward. But make no mistake, for the Rockets, this is a win-now move around the league. Everyone knows it. This is something that gives them a number 1 option and allows them to really take a step in the playoffs potentially next season.
You mentioned win-now move for the Rockets. This also doesn't include 5 first-round draft picks or even 4 first-round draft picks that we've seen the last couple of years with other players who didn't even make All-Star teams. Shams Charania, thank you so much. El, much more on this move.
Absolutely. Kate, I've been working, but Stephen A., I believe these are your first thoughts on national TV. It comes across your feed that Kevin Durant is a Rocket, and you're thinking what?
I'm ecstatic. I'm ecstatic for the Houston Rockets. I'm ecstatic for him because I think he's back in the championship equation. We keep forgetting that because of the lack of success that the Phoenix Suns have enjoyed, and he has enjoyed over the last several years, that this is one of the greatest players to have ever played the game. He's instant offense, and in his 30s, just like he did in his 20s, still averaging 27 a game, still shooting over 50% from the field, still shooting nearly 40% from three-point range, nearly 90% from the free throw line.